All right. Konnichiwa, Jikan, Igzo. Just kidding. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what time it is. It's time for a little bit of this Quora digest. Let's see what we have here. All right. Can I be a cashier if I'm bad at math? Uh, if I want to start saving a significant portion of my salary, what are some areas where I can cut spending and not really notice the difference? All right. This is always interesting to me, right? Because like for my personal budget, what I budget for, you know, I use a phone. Some people don't even need a phone. It's like whatever, just email me, something. Or some people are so old school. That's like, you know what? Just tell me my weekly schedule and I'll be there. I'll be there. You say at 8 o'clock, I'll be there 8 o'clock. Meet you at 8 o'clock. You know, and but it's like, for example, let's look at some things right here. Right here, for example, let's see what how people manage their budget here. In no particular order, things my wife and I have eliminated or reduced that save significant dollars, money. Coffee and muffin habit. Well, for me, I never drink coffee, so that's an instant saver right there. I don't like coffee. Muffin's pretty good, but I don't have that habit either. I just buy it whenever. All right, life insurance stopped making sense. Oh yeah, life insurance. No, I don't have that either. Cable TV. Uh, I just have internet. Internet. I guess that could be like the cable TV, but internet I kind of need it for my job because if I don't have the internet, then I can't work. Um, Newspaper, that hurt, but internet. Oh, that's right, newspaper because it's getting faded out. That's right. Random internet subscriptions, like Netflix and all that, YouTube Music, all that. Yeah, let me think. The only thing I'm subscribed to is like the Humble Bundle. Like Humble Bundle is the only thing I'm subscribed to. That one I don't mind. I occasionally get good games there. I get some value out of it. I get some content out of it. A new job meant transit possible over driving a car. Huge savings and less swearing. Now, that's a thing to consider as well. Like, let's say for example, oh yeah, that's a huge savings too. It could be a huge savings. So let's say car insurance, right? The bare minimum compliance insurance, right? It's $80 a month. So cool, $80 a month plus gas. $80 plus gas. So you gotta think, is that worth it? It's like $140. Well, for me, it's like a full tank of gas is like $35 for this car. $35, full tank gas. Mid grade, I should say mid grade. They're about 13 gallons, 13, 14 gallons. But you gotta think about as well the time of convenience. Getting there on time. Well, you can't really say on time because he says where because of traffic. Um, there's some things to consider about that as well. Also, this is trade-offs, right? You're at the mercy of the bus, and when you go in public transport, and you're at the mercy of of uh of of the other people when doing car. There's a trade-off. So if it's raining, I'd probably want to be. If it's raining, if it's raining, what would I prefer? A bus or a car? Well, a bus would probably get you there safe. Cars, no guarantees. Will car get you there quicker? That's a good question. All right, all right. More bike commuting. Yeah, biking is pretty good. If you live like maybe 2 or 3 miles from your job, just bike that. Just bike it, no problem. That's what I would do. 2 or 3 miles, no problem. That's what I used to do when I lived in Oklahoma. I just biked. It was like a 2 hour bike ride and one way, 2 hour back. It's like 4 hours. I did like 10 miles a day when I was biking in Oklahoma. I had a Kickstarter problem. Kickstarter. Oh, maybe Kickstarter means that he always donated something. Drink less alcohol. Take lunch to work. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. Like during break times, they have vending machines there. Something could cost like 75 cents or $1. That reminds me, I need to get some 75 cents here. Oh, let me see. I gotta buy something for the vending machine today. Look at this. I'm going against the advice, but sometimes you just need it. It's like get some change here. And also, there's always this change. If I don't use it, it's always gonna be lying around. Like these are actual coins. These are coins I actually just throw into the machine. That like the cashier's like it's like blah. They give me coins, so I just like take the coin here and let's go from there. I need to refill this thing right here. I have a bunch of coins, so I'm gonna refill this compartment here with more change. But yeah, so this thing kind of prompts me to check my thing. It's pretty cool. All right. Um, let's see. Pay attention when shopping. Sales, bulk and freeze portions. Will generic product do? Yeah. So like either you're paying for the brand or you're paying for quality. So you gotta consider that as well. Think about paying for convenience. Plan a week's meal, then you're watching for deals and not ordering takeout or going to a restaurant. Twofer. Yep. I love convenience, good coffee, muffins, etc. We still enjoy those things. We're just mindful about it. Other than that stuff, have a goal. You're saving for a reason. That's really important. Next, pay yourself first. Decide when you can save 20, 50, $500, whatever is achievable now. Put in a high interest savings account each month, not checking or a piggy bank. That's true. As you begin retaining cash, increase by the savings, $10, etc. Your original monthly payment to yourself will grow. You'll see progress to your goals, not sacrifices of crap that didn't matter much. Good luck. That's a pretty solid advice. All right. What are some things that most intelligent people know but normal people don't? Let's let's well, let's see what this person. I'm curious a little. Let's see what this person has to say about this question right here. All right. Okay, we have a picture of I think that's Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. One of those two. I'm not sure. All right. 65% of the population is categorized as visual learners, who need to see what they're learning. As you retain only 1/5 of what you hear, but visual assistants improve your learning up to 400%. Researchers discovered that saying things out loud while reading them helps store those words in your long-term memories. Psychologists found that when you spend an hour outside, your attention span and memory performance improve by 20%. Maybe that's why some people meditate or something like that. They try to, I don't know. Psychologists at Princeton University discovered those whose study guide was written in the funky font performed significantly better on tests. Well, if it's a funky font, because it's one thing as well, because you get to remember if it's unique. If it's Times New Roman, generic stuff, you're probably going to forget it. So you want to make it memorable. It's like, oh yeah, so that's how you remember it. Yep. So it's what was that? There's a phenomenon, there's a word for that. It's like it's unique, so you remember it. I forgot. Okay. When scientists asked two groups to memorize a set of cards, they found that one group was able to remember 85% of cards who took a 40-minute nap, while other groups who stay awake remember 60% of the cards. A quick nap can help you retain new information. Yep, that's why I like saying, I'm going to sleep on the information. So you study in the nighttime, fall asleep, then remember, oh yeah, I remember reading that, and then you read it. It's, oh yeah, I remember this. That's a strategy right there. At least study in the nighttime, right before bed. Not while in bed, but before bed. Well, I'm still. Make sure you don't associate the studying when you have like. Don't like lay down in bed and read the book. You want to be like active and already in the zone. Because if you do that, you'll be associating reading with sleeping, and then you won't like really retain much because you're like already in sleep mode. So do it while you're alert, and then when you like going winding down, you can do something else. Like for example, when I get home, right, my relaxation thing, right, I go on, lay down, turn on the TV, but not on a cable or anything like that. Turn on TV and go to maybe some sort of a channel, a Twitch. Either if someone's streaming on Twitch, I go on Twitch. If not, I go to like a Hollow Live channel. All right, and put that in the background and fall asleep. I was like, all right, because that's what I like. I don't know. I somehow just got like that, you know. It's like relaxation. I was like, all right, this is my chill time. I'll have them talk in the background while I sleep. Okay. When scientists asked, okay, I read that. The psychologists found that students low in hope had a greater anxiety level. They feel restlessness while setting goals that were too hard to achieve. The subconscious mind does not understand the language, but it understands feelings, images, and emotions, especially under certain brave brainwave patterns. Thanks for reading. Be humble. My ego will not hurt by taking help from others. Indeed. All right. Do employers value degrees over certifications? Let's continue on that one. I'm 27 years old and just starting to learn coding. When I see younger kids learn coding, I feel they will have an unfair advantage over me since they are learning before me. Well, here, I'm similar to that age range too. I'm like, it's whatever. It's like they're learning coding, but will they stick with it? They gotta think about it like that too. It's like they might learn code. It's like blah, whatever, and go to a different. It's to each their own. Granted, they could probably be conditioned to love coding, but yeah. So for this, I would just the problem here is like the comparison right here. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Live your own life. Live your own life, and avoid that comparison. Because once you start comparing yourself, you're like, oh man, for example, if I compare myself right now to like, let's say a VTuber, right? I was like, wow, this VTuber is like 18 or 19 years old. They're in Australia. Wow, they're making already like hundreds of thousands of dollars already. I mean, not hundreds, but like lots of money already. I was like, what am I doing? I'm just working. No, did not feel bad, right? I was like, whatever. They're doing well. I was like, I don't compare myself. I was like, they're happy and I'm happy. So like, I'm happy because based on my lifestyle. You don't. Well, let's see what this person has. That's my opinion of it, but let's see what this person says. So this person said, I didn't go to college for a degree in computer science or software engineering. My first career was in helping people do well on standardized tests and get admitted to universities and graduate programs they wanted. I specialized in getting people into medical school. However, I was not in a position to balance an entrepreneurial life and raising 3 children on a single income. So last year, when my family and I moved on to the United States, I attended a coding boot camp and got a job in IT. Now I do DevOps in one of the top 20 Fortune 500 companies. Like you, I began my IT career at age 27. Now we are all different. My story isn't your story, and it's not my place to tell you what to do. But I can share a few things that might be of some help. Number one, the computer doesn't know how old you are. If you type in the right code, the right things happen. If you type in the wrong code, the wrong things happen. That is true. So number two, since you're 27, you're probably at a stage in life where you have more responsibility than you did when you were 18. You have things to take care of, and the kids have nothing but time. There's nothing you can do about that necessarily, but you can make the most of the time you have by not wasting it frivolously like most college students do. 3. Understanding the basics of electronic computing is something that most people just don't get. If you can get through automate the boring stuff with Python and Nan2 Tetris, both of which are completely free, you will have a much better background in programming than most people graduating college with the relevant degree. Sure, they might have taken the system class or the algorithm class, but you just figured out the basics all by yourself. That's true. They had some guidance, but you did it yourself, so you're more like resilient. Because what happens if their instructor's not there? Could they figure it out themselves? Hopefully the professor taught them how to learn as well. Number 4. Once you get the basics down, you can learn a marketable skill. A good entry point is to be a full stack web developer, which means that you write both code that runs in the web browser as well as code that runs on a server. You can learn a lot about this by trying projects after learning the basics first. Number 5, keep on learning. Many people just study to get that first job and then put on the cruise control. If you're going to do that, get out of the IT field now. If you actually care about continued learning and are willing to prioritize it outside of work, then go for it, and you'll likely make it. 6. Focus on problem solving. IT is a field that is problem solving where a lot of the solutions just happen to use code. Never lose sight of the bigger picture. 7. Learn architecture from people who are actually good at it. Excuse me. If you do, your solutions will be amazing. If you don't, your solutions will be bad. Once the computer stuff becomes easier, and it will with time, you'll be able to get both the computer and your fellow employees to do what needs to be done. At that point, you will be a solid candidate for promotion, raises, and so on. Ganbatte. Alright, here we go. If you sign a lease that originally didn't have pet, okay, I read that one already. Is it advisable to take paid courses from course? Okay, let's continue. What was the bravest thing you ever did in a job interview? What does your favorite color say about your personality? What color says you are a happy person? My professor is not teaching his online course by himself, but uses publicly available videos instead. Is this appropriate? Uh, um, mm, to me, um, there's some professors that's like, all right, I'm gonna let the video play and let the video teach, and then say at the end of it, do you guys have any questions? But if it's all 100% automated and with the quiz at the end, hmm, let's read this last one and let's see. This one is a little iffy ground. I'm not sure. If I was this professor, to borrow a phrase from President George W. Bush, and all of these discussions about what colleges should or should not do, rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? Personally, I'm currently using the full class time for my lectures and running through slides, examples, and programming exercises. However, I'm thinking about how to do this better. If your professor said in email, we were going to cover X, so go watch a YouTube video, then that would not be such a great thing. Uh, However, if he is vetting videos, attaching them to other instructional material, and integrating them into our assignment, then I think that's a good start. If he is further supporting this by meeting with students online and providing other help, I think he's at least addressing the foundations of a good course. Many online courses do not include live lectures. Ron Brown gives a thoughtful reflection on a larger question. What constitutes teaching a course? And I highly recommend reading what he wrote. Rethinking this problem spawned wonderful innovations like active learning. For now, I'm making my courses as traditional as I can, given the circumstances. However, I hope my students, now, in the past, and in the future, do not think that what they are paying for me is talking to them for several hours a week. While that's often part of the process, to me, that sounds like confusing the bun for the whole burger. hmm So I see what he meant right here. So he's like, listen, right now the normative way is to teach like through lecture, but perhaps the next normative way would be just to teach through online video. And then when the online video becomes normative, you're like, what? Is it normal for this person to talk several hours a week? I thought it was always online videos. So it all becomes what's the norm. So because this is like kind of new, teaching like online stuff. So that's the thing. It all depends on the norm. But yeah, I hope that this video was informative. And if you're watching this, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Adios.